Right, well, we are all about self-love in our feel-good studio this morning, and it's something that's become quite a topic around the world. You know, people trying to really just find a way of centering themselves. Other than finding a balance in life, it's the one thing that people are striving to find. And self-love is simply, it's not just simply a state of feeling good about yourself, it's a state of appreciation for oneself, that you grow from actions that support your physical, your psychological, and your spiritual growth as well. In fact, for a moment, just reflect on the notion of self-love and take a look at this.
I'm a Venus. She's got it, baby, she's got it. I'm a Venus, I'm my fire, my desire. I'm a Venus, I'm my fire, my desire. I'm a Venus.
And that is exactly what we mean when we speak of representation, just having someone on screen representing the kind of person that you are and the skin that you're in. And a perfect example of a person who exudes self-love is fashionista and content creator Yoliswa Mqoco. Her keen eye for fashion has always made her stand out from the rest, but what we love her the most for is being unapologetic and expressing love for her skin. Yoliswa, oh, I can't believe I'm actually interviewing you because we met just not too long ago.
Not so long ago, yeah.
Where?
Here in Cape Town.
At Rich's soiree.
Yeah.
Fashionistas do the immediate soiree. But it's wonderful to have you here.
Thanks for having me,
And
guys.
a great topic to be addressing
Yes.
at this point in time in the world. Tell us a little bit about your growth, your story in fashion, especially the role that your mother played. I understand
Yes.
it was quite a pivotal one.
So I think my upbringing is a special one, or rather it's just a different one, because I think the narrative normally around fat bodies is that you had this sad life and you had no friends, and you know, and honestly I did not have a sad life. I've had a great life, and it's been filled with a lot of beautiful memories, specifically around fashion and around my mother, who introduced me to this massive world of clothing and textures and fabrics, and I really fell in love with fashion at such a young age.
Yeah.
So because I always looked good, my mom was like, if you look good, you will feel good, and that's pretty much been the narrative like my whole life.
That's the family over there?
Yes.
Spot the
yes.
mom. Which one is the mom?
Whoa.
We all look like sisters at this point.
Yes. I absolutely love that, man.
Yeah, so my mom was really played a pinnacle role in my upbringing and just how I see myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love the smiles, the laughter. You can almost see it just jumping out of that picture. It's beautiful.
Absolutely
It's beautiful.
gorgeous. Now, Yoliswa, when did you realize that fashion is your thing? And what is your take on fashion in relation to self-love?
I think I've always known that fashion is my thing. It's really the only thing I've really been good at. I've pretty much dabbled in a lot of things along the way. I studied HR at a point. And then I was like, Mom and Dad, I really just want to study fashion because it's the only thing I really feel so passionate about and makes me so happy. And yeah, I think when I decided to study it and make it official, that's when I was like, okay, this is like serious for me. But it's pretty much been a thing my whole life. And I think for me, the way that I see myself is through fashion, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, the way that I present myself really, that's where my self-love really starts. And it's just when I put on a great outfit, then already I feel like the best person on earth. So yeah, fashion has really just played a huge role in just how I see myself and just being the person that I am today and like the career that I ended up getting into.
Yeah, and I love the fact that through your work, you're also striving to drive change throughout the fashion industry. You've said once that your biggest bully hasn't been people, but rather the South African fashion industry. Now, tell me about why that is and what change you would like to make in that industry.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I think from my whole life, I wasn't really like a standout person, or people never really made me feel like that until I really started working in fashion. That's when the labels started and plus size this. And I was like, I'm not a plus size anything. I just create content like everybody else. And I think we need to do away with those labels. It just reinforces othering and making these like divisions between people and what we do. And I mean, I'm just as good as any other girl who is in fashion, who might look a little different than me, who's maybe taller or more light-skinned or thinner, but we all do the same thing, and I just don't think there should be any division. So that's really what I strive to put out there, that we should really just, you know, let's all do this together, and we don't have to do the separations.
Yeah, do away with the labels and appreciate each other's creativity and art.
100%.
Artistic impressions.
And then, Yoliswa, just briefly, to someone who's struggling with self-love and confidence, what would you say to them?
You are your best as... It's so hard to explain, because I love to interact with people directly, because everyone has a different story and a special story. But I just think that people need to understand that the best version of you is how you see yourself. Like, there will never be another you. And that uniqueness in itself, as cheesy as it sounds, but it's really the truth. Like, if you are you, there is no one else, and that's the best thing. That is the best thing ever. So I think when that clicked in my head, I was like, there's never going to be another replica of me. So let's just push this agenda.
Let's slay either way.
We are here for it. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for having me.
And so the moral of this hashtag My Skin My Way campaign, well, there is no one way to have beautiful skin or to show it. And together with Gillette Venus, we're giving you the chance to win 5,000 Rand.
Wow, and we want to know, simply, how are you going to fall in love with yourself today? Let us know by posting on our Facebook page, Expresso. Remember to use the hashtag MySkinMyWay in your post. And remember that T's and C's do apply, and you can visit expressoshow.com to find them. But we'll see you after this.
I'm a Venus.